What's poppin', y'all? This is Deidre with One Shot Game. Man, you already know how the motto go. You get one shot at life, but a lifetime to learn all the game you need to help improve your life. The choice is yours on which route you choose to take. Now, as I always say, you get two choices. The ability to faithfully settle in the life that has been set out for you, or the ability to pave a path towards your destiny. That choice is also up to you. So before I get to the title of my video, I want to say a big shout out to all my supporters. You guys are great, and even the ones behind the scenes, I see y'all too. So hey, look, the title of this video is going to be on the fact that a lot of people in the world want a certain level of recognition, right? Whether it comes in the form of attention, like love, desperation, money, you know what I'm saying? Anything to feel validated and accepted amongst people, right? Without truly really understanding that the invisible work in that needs to be done is the ability to live your life without needing the validation of other people, right? So oftentimes there are people around you that are silently competing with you, you know what I'm saying, to achieve a level of recognition that you may have that they don't, right? Without even really understanding that it's so much work that needs to be done behind even getting to that level. And really also understanding that when you do the work, subconsciously, just because you wanted a better life for yourself and you was tired of dealing with all the things that people were hitting you with, and you finally decided to cut it out and quit, right? You get this unbelievable level of attention and notoriety that you don't want, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, for real, you really don't want it, but it just comes with doing the work, right? So there are people that become jealous of that because they want it, but they think that the way they're operating is how they're going to get it, which is being superficial. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying, get dressed up in the flyest clothes with the flyest jewelry, look good, you know what I'm saying, get they everything done, right? And they think that they're going to get it like that, but they're still continuing to hang around people that make them feel less than. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it's a whole underground system that people are avoiding to attract a certain level of attention. You know what I'm saying? It's actually quite frustrating when you do the work needed for your own growth and development and you attract things into your life that you were never expecting. Now it's almost as if, it's really frustrating and annoying. And so the people on the outside looking in, they don't actually want to do the work. They just want to try to copy you in a way of, you know what I'm saying, what is to the eye, to try to get what you have, because they're adjusting by the old system. And that old system is the more money you have, the better you look, the better dressed you are, and the nice you pretend will get you everything you want. And that's actually quite the opposite for this new level of energy that is currently on this planet right now, meaning that you're gonna have to actually move behind what you say. Your character gotta actually stand the test of time. People be playing nice and don't even be realizing that they actions be telling on them. Everything you just said was a lie because your actions is telling the complete opposite of what you just said. You know what I'm saying? And people be noticing that, they just never say anything. They just allow people to keep doing that and they don't separate. So what happens is people grow more in that energy and they become more envious of someone that actually did the work. It's actually quite sickening. You know what I'm saying? But listen, the most authentic energy is when you're moving with integrity, meaning you are who you are when no one is looking. You're the same exact person in front of people that you are when no one is looking. And I listen, I could bet $100 right now that majority of the people that are trying to, you know what I'm saying, low-key steal from you spiritually, low-key think they better in secret competition, when you are not around, they are exactly everything that is of someone that hasn't done the work. Like, they're still functioning in these same circles, doing the same shit, coming up with the same lies, and they're wondering why their progress is not moving forward. You know, because you're tending to not want to look at how your old functioning and programming is actually the problem. What you're looking at is on the surface. I need to have more. I need more money. I need to look good. I need to do this. I need to do that. So I can attract everything that person gets naturally. And then judging them from a perspective of what you think they should have versus what you got. That's crazy to me. But your integrity, I swear, people just don't understand how important that is. What you do when no one is looking is the most valuable asset that'll determine who you truly are for real. Because listen, it's easy to function normally in a crowd around people that you may get your energy source from. Like you're around someone with good energy and they make you feel good about who you are. So you function in a way where everything feels good, everything feels nice and normal, right? But then when that person moves out of the environment or they go off and do their own thing, that whole identity you had collapses because it's not really you for real. It's fake. It's an image. And you're pulling from that person's energy source to be able to validate who you are. Because if that wasn't the case, everything would still be the same when that person leaves. And I see it with my own eyes. You don't got to be a mad scientist to see what exactly be going on. People collapse when good energy is not around because a lot of those people are siphoning people's energy. They're really not happy in who they are. But when that person is around or those people with good energy are around, it seems as if everything is going flying high and they're feeling good about who they are. That's because they're taking from you. You know what I'm saying? It's not really their own. And then, you know what I'm saying? Listen, it's so easy to see how everything just fell down once you left the building. And everybody turns back to who they really are for real. So if you were able to actually look at your life and pay attention to how you feel when it's just you versus when you're around someone with good energy, you'll be able to pay attention to the things you need to work on. That's going to help you naturally depend on yourself. Take accountability for yourself. It's not about getting validation from other people. It's about acquiring validation for yourself, like actually doing the work. And the simplest, most basic actions to take to be able to acquire what you want in life is being able to look at your life and cut off the things that are not healthy for you, the people that are not beneficial to you energetically, physically, however you got to do it. You know what I'm saying? But if you keep engaging with those people doing the same things, even though you know they're not good for you, but you want to be the type of person that elevates in life, listen, you got to expand your brain a little bit, because that's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? It is not going to work, because the most growth that's done is when you're able to be alone and look at your life. Most people don't examine their life. They don't even pay attention to it. They just think about money, looking good, and hanging around the same stupid ass people. And I'm not even trying to judge. It just means that nobody is growing in this circle. Nobody is talking about improvement. Everybody is functioning off the trauma that they suffered in life. And they think they're growing like that, and they're not. You know what I'm saying? And so when someone actually comes around that is getting everything they want, but they're moving in a totally different way, they become jealous and consumed. And oftentimes they portray fake emotions, fake into people, fake cool, you feel me, to try to get from them something that they think is going to make them feel good, but not realizing that when you move forward with your life, all you got is you. So the feelings are going to come back. You're still going to feel the same because you're not really doing the work. I'm very aware and mindful of how powerful my energy is, you know what I'm saying, and how it is used to oftentimes uplift people. And I'm not no dummy, but I'm not finna change who I am to fit your narrative. You know what I'm saying? I'm still cool, calm, and collected, but I don't need your validation to, continue to be me. And that's what they do. They run around trying to get you to chase them because they want your validation to be surviving off of them, which gives them power instead of you surviving off yourself. And listen, it's like a dead battery once you remove your energy. Flatline. You feel me? They don't know what to do. Completely empty. Bolt gone. It's crazy, but it's actually real. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people deal with it. They try to say it's like a mental block, but I don't believe that, because I believe truly people know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. You feel me? It's not that they don't know. They know clearly what they're doing. They're hanging around the same garbage ass people because they get something out of that. I need the attention. I need the validation. So I hang around garbage people so we can all be garbage together. It makes me feel good about myself. Could I detach from these people and go on my own? But yeah, then I'm going to be alone. And I don't want to be alone. So I'm going to continue to hang around these garbage people. And then I'm trying to figure out why I'm not growing. Because that's your problem right there. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I'm telling you, I don't go around talking about nobody. But let's just be real here. If you get the garbage out the trash bin, the trash won't stink. It's common sense. You know what I'm saying? If you leave the trash in the trash bin overnight, the cats, the rats, the dogs, all of them gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? And you spreading that trash around to everybody. You feel me? And you're wondering why no one is growing. Because the head of the snake is still running around hissing at people. And people are falling for it. You know what I'm saying? You listen, and the one snake they trying to get a hold of ain't biting. And that's because your trash stink. You know what I'm saying? And they're surviving and growing on their own. And I promise you, that be a lot of people's downfall right there. It's not a mental discrepancy. It's not, you know what I'm saying, anything wrong with them. It's just the fact that they get something from backtracking. They have a choice to improve and grow, but they refuse to take the rope because they get something out of functioning like they always have. And they like it over there. So if they like it over there, if you like something, you'll continue to stay. You'll continue to be enticed. You'll continue to think that whatever you're getting from somebody is growth. You know what I'm saying? When in reality it's not. It's keeping you stagnant. You staying the same. I'm very woke, very aware, and very mindful of where I put my energy. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to change who I am for anybody because I'm being me. And I'm just aware of how oftentimes your energy radiating from your body without you even saying anything is strong enough to affect the room, to make people feel good about themselves. You remove it, it's like a dead battery. So everybody is in search of trying to get close to you to try to get it, even if it means playing nice. But what they're unaware of is the fact that I've been watching you just like you've been watching me. And your actions ain't lining up with who you are for real. You feel me? You still hanging out with the brokies. The people that don't got mentally anything to offer you. They're all surviving off of talking about the same trauma and lying to each other, making up stories, you know what I'm saying, just to solidify our purpose in the world. And that's going to stop you right at the door. You know what I'm saying? You can never be jealous of someone that's actually putting in the work. Maybe how they're moving is how you should start moving. So you could be able to ground your own self. But every time your back is against the wall, you feeling lonely, you go right back to the suckers. And them suckers is keeping you trapped. Even though you have the potential to go far, you just don't want to use it. So why would a person that's actually done the work continue to surround themselves around somebody that continues to think like that? You ain't being real. You still lying. You still not telling the truth. You still is hissing like them snakes. You not cutting off the energy that do you no good. You're staying attached. And because of that, it's obvious that you're not ready to grow. You know what I'm saying? So you can't get mad or try to stop somebody else's process because you're choosing to stay with the brokies. You know what I'm saying? Listen, mentally they have absolutely nothing to give you. Nothing. And you just like it over there for what reason? Because you do not like to be alone and have to face your own demons. Because that is where you grow at. That's where you blossom. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you ain't for me. I know you ain't for me. Because your whole image is a lie. You know what I'm saying? You talk about stuff that don't make no sense. You lie to everybody every day. You make stuff up. What's important to you is not going to help you grow. You hang around people that don't really care about you for real. You know what I'm saying? They just like to be around you because you fall for their trick. And there is no way, absolutely at all, period, that you would be able to even conform with someone with that type of energy. Even though, you feel me, you lead them into the trap. And what I mean by that is, even though your energy is not an energy I don't want to vibe with, I'm gonna play it cool still, and I'm gonna let you fall into your own trap. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna get an image of what is really going on for real. People are really starting to understand that gap where people used to be able to cloak themselves and people who had actual good energy is no longer open. Meaning you're gonna have to face your own wrath. You're gonna have to face who you really are for real. Because people are waking. That's you lying. You're not telling the truth. And then you go back and you feel stupid. You feel me? But it's about time y'all take responsibility, because that just don't be making no sense to me. How people could just lie from sun up to sundown. Everything they talk about is a whole entire lie. It is like manipulation at its finest. You feel me? Everything just be a whole lie, the whole conversation. Nothing is going to help uplift you and grow, because it's not true. You feel me? They making stuff up. And people be falling for it and can't even tell. But I think now is the time where people are starting to notice. You feel me? And it takes time for people to wake up from their slumber. But over time, they start to realize, damn, these people only want to be around me when I'm fake feeling good about myself. You know what I'm saying? But when I get back to how I really feel for real, I ain't got nobody but myself. And I really got to face who I am for real. That's the point. You feel me? That's how you going to grow. Some people are not here to force change on people. They're here to shift the whole entire game board. Meaning we gonna act and play along, and then I'm gonna remove myself, and you gonna fall straight into your own trap. And once that happens, then you're gonna get an idea of who the main player is. Oftentimes it's you. You feel me? Faking your whole lifestyle. Your whole identity is a fake. It's a fraud. You know? And if you want to keep acting like that, as people are waking up, you're not gonna have nobody. And you're going to be stuck in your own trap of abandonment and feeling lonely without nowhere to turn or nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it starts out like that in the beginning. But over time, the level of peace you achieve by actually being around people that actually care about you for real will help you get everything you want. You know what I'm saying? But you're not going to be able to get that if you're constantly lying. You're constantly making up stories. You're constantly thinking your appearance and everything you got is what attracts people. You know what I'm saying? It's like opening a new mentality for yourself. It's okay to have things. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying don't look good. I'm not saying none of that. But what I'm saying is maybe it's time we work on our mental first. Because after the money is gone, then you're seeing a lot of people for who they are. And some of those people stink really bad. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not who you thought they were. Especially when they down and out. You get to see them for real. And that's when the veil is being removed. And people be like, we don't want to be around you no more. You know what I'm saying? You ain't really cool for real. You feel me? Now it's time to shake up the whole game board for yourself and open your eyes. You know what I'm saying? To who you are for real. You can't be on somebody's wave if you really fake for real. Listen, I'm telling you right now, people will lie to your face. You will point it out and say something, and they will still keep up the lie. You will point it out again, they'll still run with the lie. At that point, it's kind of like, okay, for me personally, I just stopped talking about it. Okay, cool. You did what you did. You got away with it, but you lied, and you know you lied. But if you want to keep up with that, hey, so be it. You feel me? And that's because they want to still get ahead in this false reality that they have of themselves. They want to believe that they can get ahead by acting that way. And trust me, it's worked for a very long time, but it's not going to work now. Because the new energy that's on the planet is the one of truth, the one of allowing people the freedom to be open enough to work together. Not one that's forced into a power position by authority and control, because I'm only doing that because you threatening me. If you wasn't threatening me, I wouldn't give two flying fucks about what you got to say. You know what I'm saying? But again, the strong ones don't be afraid of that. That don't scare me. That you don't scare me. What does scare me is the fact that you a liar and you a manipulator and your whole life is a fraud. So who are you for real? That's scary. You feel me? I can't trust you. I wouldn't trust you with $1 because you lie about everything. You know what I'm saying? That you are not to be trusted at all. You could see a person could lie to you in your face and you point out that they lying, and for whatever reason they can't see that they lying, or maybe they do know, or they just don't want to point it out, because then that would have to accept the fact that their whole identity is a lie. Like, I really be having conversations with people like that, and that's because I be wanting to help them grow. But the whole time I'm explaining to them how I know they lying, they still don't want to admit that they lying. They still want to lie to me in my face, and the evidence is clear as day that you lied. You feel me? And so why do you keep lying? Just tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? And they still want to lie. So it'd be like, okay, well, shit. At that point, it's kind of like you got to back out, because these are people that are hell-bent on denying and refusing to see the truth. I think they can see it. I believe they truly can, because if you see their actions after you get done talking to them, it's almost as if they got to go outside and go around the people that still fall for what they saying, because they know you telling the truth. They know you not lying. They just not ready to accept it yet. And okay, I get it, but it's like you not on the same plane as me then. You will never be able to match up, because you see the truth, you just keep ignoring it. That's like people who got evidence on them and they go to jail and they plead not guilty, knowing damn well you committed that crime. Hey, they got all the evidence on you. You gonna go down regardless. So you're going to take it to trial for why? Why would you do that if you know you did it? That's stupid to me, because you're going to get hit with more time instead of just admitting that you did the shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, listen. The mind is complex. I get it. But now is the time that you can't judge someone or try to take away from someone or think you doing something to somebody because of the fact that you may pay them a little attention. Or, you know what I'm saying, you bringing a fake persona to the table. They know. They're not a dummy. They're just not rude people. But the gig is up. You know what I'm saying? Because when you are alone, you're going to be hit right in the face with who you truly are and your original identity. And that's when it becomes so real. You know what I'm saying? That you can't run from it. Everybody starts to turn on each other. The truth, the lies start to be revealed. The truth start to be exposed. And everybody that you keep running to get your self-satisfaction from is actually the people that you should be running away from. So at some point, it's going to be exposed that you need to start understanding that about yourself. Otherwise, you're going to block yourself off from truly living the life you want to live. You can't be mad at someone that's acquiring their identity, but you refuse to do the work. That you being a hater now. You feel me? And that ain't gonna get you nowhere. It's just you blocked. But it's like I can't. Me being who I am, I can't fathom the fact that people are not aware of what they be doing. I cannot just understand how you know people are no good for you, but you keep being around these people knowing they no good for you. Like, listen, if you're over 25, 30, it's kind of like, come on now. You're choosing now to be around people that mean you no good. That has absolutely nothing to do with someone that has understood the assignment and cut people off. That didn't mean them no good. You know what I'm saying? You're choosing to engage in substances if you know that's the downfall of who you are. You can't think straight. Listen, when I was high, I'ma sell you a dream, baby. Listen, I'ma lie to you till I emotionally manipulate, get you a whole meal out of you, a couple dollars, some more weed, because I know I can, and you're gonna fall for it. So being me, originally sober, how I am, I'm me. There's nothing fraud about it. I do what I do because I enjoy it. I don't care what your image is of me, how you want to paint me. This is me. And I'm not, you can't say it's the substances or nothing like that. It's just me. And people hate that. Because a lot of times people get their identity from other people. You being lied to at home, you go to work, you get people that like you like that attention. And then people could be lying to you too, but you can't see that because you're so fed up with what's going on at work. Listen. Too intelligent for some people, and I just have to walk away. I'm hip to your game. I'm realizing what's going on. You feel me? A lot of people need other people's energy to survive. Without it, they feel like dead boat batteries. You know what I'm saying? Waiting around for you to resuscitate them, because without you, they feel dead. And people need to stop trying to pinpoint that it's the universe, as God is the, no, it's energy amongst people. They have been lying to us for a long time, because the more we're deceived of what's true, the more we'll hold off on trying to grow in ourselves, because we think that is a man in the sky we pray to, and we don't got to change our behavior, and he's just gonna come down and bless us with everything that we want. That's wrong idea. It's stupid, because that's not reality. That's not real. That's not how it exists. It's the energy amongst people, and balancing out your energy to be able to balance your light and darkness, to where you understand life, to where you're able to basically create your life how you want it to be by your mental state. Because oftentimes one of us is either in too much energy or too less of one other. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't in my feminine energy. I was in my masculine. I was smoking weed all the time, drinking, you feel me? Not keeping my appearance up, you feel me? Then getting money, looking good, hanging around the wrong people. You feel me? Listen, people just don't understand. It's a whole science behind this shit. You know what I'm saying? And if I were you, I would get it together. Otherwise, you're going to fail deeply. And maybe you're okay with that. That's not my business. But I would try to get some insight from someone that actually know what they talking about. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, I'm going to continue to fail in life. And I don't want to fail. I want to grow. Trust me, when you do your own level of work and you actually take the time to release old trauma and old people, the attention that you get is not something that you want. It's fucking annoying, to be honest. You want time alone by yourself, because that's where you grew, not surrounded by a bunch of people with their own opinions and own thoughts, trying to influence you to be somebody that you're not. You know what I'm saying? It's very frustrating at times, because it's like, listen, I wish you would go away. You know what I'm saying? So listen, if you don't know what it is, I just told you. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe.